Hello everybody, it is April 2015, September of 2011. I was prescribed maximum dosage of Cipro and Flagyl for a suspected infection that I never had. Turns out I was just constipated. Joke's on me. While on this poison, I developed a twitch, spasm, vibration, nerve damage, whatever you want to call it, inside my pelvic floor, which to this day, 3.5 years later, has never stopped. And when I say never, I don't know if I can put this in any kind of context, because any normal human being doesn't have this. I mean constant vibration, always vibrating in my pelvic floor. Lately, within the past month, I think that was the main damage that it did. And it also appears to have paralyzed a section of my colon. I don't know how related those two things are, but it seems like they would be related. So that my digestive system is pretty slow now. The bottom of my descending colon, kind of where it curves and goes into my sigmoid. When I had a sigmoidoscopy done a couple weeks later, the pictures in there, the colon wall just looked like completely inflamed and blown up, like a war had gone on in there. And the doctor actually noted during the sigmoid that there was no motility in that area, which, if that area is paralyzed, of course you're not going to have the motility in your colon, which moves the food through. Anyways, I feel like that was the major thing, but among the other things it did, making me lose my job and go crazy, and all the other muscle stuff. I feel like that was the worst blow that it did to me, was that damage there in my colon, and the spasm that it created. By far, was the worst. I think I could have continued on with my life if it hadn't done those things. I'll skip the mental stuff that it did, which is pretty severe. So lately, within the last couple months, I've been getting like stinging pain in my this area of my hand, which I did a little Googling and everything, and this is the ulnar nerve that travels through here. I get stings like needles here, my pinky, my index, my middle finger sometimes, even the left side, my thumb. And it's not pleasant. When it starts getting bad, the only thing I feel like doing is just going to sleep. And it's even happening at night in my sleep when I wake up. It's the first sort of, besides the spasm, the first sort of really constant thing I've had going on. And it's pretty depressing. I don't know whether it's from using the computer a lot, or the Lyme disease, or the spasm, or a combination of all three. I really feel like, like in simple terms, well, I like to summarize. I'll get back to that, but I like to summarize in every video. Because of the hell that this medication has caused, I've lost my health, I've lost my job, I lost my cars, I lost all my money. I have $10 to my name now in my bank account, and I'm on disability. I used to have a brand new 2011 Mustang GT, making $80,000 a year, money in the stock market, saving for a house, ready to live a life. And now because Bayer wanted to make a few bucks with their poison, which I'm sure is the case for many other people out there, and not just fluoroquinolone antibiotics, although I feel that they are the worst. They're the most lethal. They're the big money makers because of what they do to people. That really happened to me. It's very surreal, waking up every morning and realizing, hey, this is my life now because of 1 week of bad decision to keep taking this poison. Once that spasm hit while I was on the medication, once I started feeling this bizarre murmur in my head and this twitch down here, like I said, it has never stopped. And I feel like, this is just my layman opinion, is that when you have something that's constantly twitching, obviously you feel it, right? So it's sending a signal to your brain, and how do your nerves work? Well, it's electrical signals, right? So I have electrical signal traveling to my brain constantly. I'm pretty sure it's going while I'm asleep. Of course, I don't know for sure, but when I wake up, when I go to sleep, it's always there. It doesn't care whether I'm relaxed or anything. It's just this constant malfunction down there. And I feel like it might be the case that it's been going for 3 years now, and it may be starting to affect other nerve pathways. You know what I mean? So I'm getting this progressive neuropathy in my body, which, it started out, about 2 or 3 months ago. It started out just in my pinky, right? It's just the pinky, and then just this side. And now it's here, now it's my middle finger, and it's not quite as bad when I get up and I move around, and I guess I got more blood flow to it, but it's hard to use the computer now when it starts acting up, and the computer has pretty much been my life after Cipro. What else can I do? I try to get out and get a walk and get exercise every day, but this spasm really did it to me. It was really like throwing a nickel inside a Ferrari engine. It's like the engine is never going to work. It's never going to work right, and eventually it's just going to seize up. That's what it feels like. So I'm not sure how to handle this. I'm definitely not going to a doctor. That's just going to give me some pill, which probably just blocks some signals to the brain, so you don't feel you're stinging so much. But I'm sure it does other damage. That's the way the medical system works. They give you something which is bad for you in the long run, and happens to sort of mask your current symptom. And they say, hey, this is medicine. But I don't know what else to say, other than I'm living just a joke of a life now. I'd like to get better and I'd like to improve, but that has not been the case over the last 3 years. It's not as bad now. Right after I wake up, it's not as bad. But things keep getting worse, and the only thing I start wishing is I wish I had the courage to, exit this life. There's not much else to say. I don't think this spasm is ever stopping by me just trying to live a normal life. And I have $10 now, so my chance to do something extreme and fix it and maybe paralyze it or something, or do something, is kind of over. I spent all my money thinking, going off on these adventures, but take care, everybody.